What is up everyone, Barricade here, and I'm bringing you guys a quick Gears of War 4 discussion video. Today I'm going to be talking about the ending of Gears of War 4's campaign, so if you don't want it to be spoiled for you, I definitely recommend clicking off this video right now because of the fact that I will have heavy spoilers, my thoughts on it, and theories. But before I even go into the spoilers, one thing I can show you real quick that will be spoiler free is my brother and I's reaction to the ending when we saw it. It's quite funny, check it out. What?
Oh my
What?
God! Oh.
What?
Shit!
What?
Oh, what the fuck?
Dude.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God! What?
No way. No way.
Wow.
No fucking way, dude.
Wow.
Oh my God, dude. So yeah, that was pretty much my brother and I's reaction. It was quite funny how we were just freaking out, honestly, because it was so mind-blowing, honestly. It was one of those huge twist type things that was actually really good. I've seen a lot of series try to add like a twist to something, and it's just kind of like, what the hell, that doesn't make any sense, or it's dumb. But with this, it was actually really cool, and I really like this twist to the ending. But going forward, this video will have spoilers now, so if you haven't clicked off already, I'm warning you one last time. This moment going forward, we will be talking about the ending. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get going here. So the major thing is at the end of the game, we find out that the Swarm have been kidnapping people and turning them to juvies and things like that. And then we find out that they are actually kidnapping Reyna, Kate's mom, and using her differently than the normal humans. They're not podding her, they're not throwing her in a pod and turning her to juvie. And at the end of the game, we find her connected to a thing that looks almost like a seat specifically set for her with all the vines and everything connected to her body. And it's quite interesting to see what they were doing, because from what it looked like, it seemed like they were using her as the center of their nexus, the center of their hive mind. And it was like this weird thing where they really needed her for some reason. And it was always kind of weirded out throughout the whole game because of the fact that they never explained why throughout the game. And we were kind of like confused as to why they specifically wanted her. Then we find out at the very end of the game, after Reyna passes away because Kate has to unfortunately put her out of her misery, Kate comes out holding a medallion in her hand and says, oh, my mom, basically saying my mom gave me this, it belonged to my grandmother. I never knew her. I never knew my grandmother, pretty much. And then when they show the backside of the emblem, it's the Locust symbol, implying that Kate is in fact the granddaughter of Queen Mira. A lot of people are throwing out their theories and speculations as to how this could have happened, seeing as Mira was with the Locust and hated humans. So when the hell did she ever have time to procreate and have a child? A lot of people are making jokes, or even are serious in saying that they think that Mira could have got pregnant from Adam Phoenix. Honestly, I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second at all. That doesn't make sense to me. The thing is, Adam loved his wife. He loved her like crazy. Like if you read the novels, you know that he was so unbelievably devoted to her, similar to that of like Dom with Maria. And he loved Elaine Phoenix like crazy. And it turned out that his wife, Marcus's mom, was killed by the Locust one day when she discovered them. And it led to Adam Phoenix meeting the Queen and trying to prevent the war because he knew the Lambent were driving the Locust out of the Hollow and it was going to lead to the Human-Locust War. He was trying to find a cure for Lambency so he can prevent the war. Not because he liked Mira, not because he had feelings for her. He just simply was trying to save the world. And actually in the novels, it pretty much was stated that he would really only talk to her like through a phone every so often, and I believe he may have met her like once or twice. He never really met her multiple times. It wasn't like a thing where he'd go meet her a bunch of times. And to me, that doesn't make sense that he would, want to have a child with the woman who inadvertently killed his wife, the woman that he loved insanely and looked up to, actually, because in a sense in the novels it was stated that she was actually a better scientist than he was. And there was times where, while he was better at her in making weapons, she was millions of miles above him when it came to biology. She was amazingly smart, and it was stated numerous times in the novels that he missed her and he really wished that he had her help with trying to cure lambency because he knew that she could have done it much sooner than he could have. It took him 15 years pretty much to make a cure and eventually end the war. If she was alive, who knows, the war probably would have ended a long time ago. And that was the thing to me that doesn't make sense, that it would be Mira's and Adam's love child. That just doesn't make sense. He loves his wife insanely. He wouldn't sleep with the woman that inadvertently killed his wife. So who had a child with Queen Mira? That's a very hard question to answer. Who is Kate's grandfather? Who is Rhaena's father? We don't really know at this point. They never stated anything. But one theory I have, and one theory I've had in the past, is that the Locust may have came from the sires from Gears of War 2. If you remember the sires, the things that were in the test tubes that were created by Niall Samson and then later taken to Mount Kadar, which coincidentally is the same place that leads to the Locust Queen's palace. So one theory I always had is that Niall Samson created the sires, or maybe there were people that mutated from emotion poisoning, and he took them to Mount Kadar. They later evolved and became the first Locust, and I'm thinking that Queen Mira may have been one of the scientists that was with him, and later became the queen of the Locusts, because she treated them like her children, similar to how Samson always said that the sires were quote-unquote his children. So that's one thing I always theorized and thought that's what it could be. If you want more details about my theory on the Locust origin, feel free to check out my Gears of War lore episode. I'm going to go ahead and actually put that link in the description so you can check it out. But what I think, simply the theory and my idea of what pretty much how Queen Mira had a child, is simply put, she might have been with Niall Samson and had a child with him and then later abandoned that child. That child thus being Rhaena and being on her own and becoming an outsider. And after she abandoned her, Queen Mira simply took over the care of Niall's children and became the queen as they evolved into the Locusts. Why she hated humans, why she did what she did, it's hard to say. But we don't know about her past and why she became that way. It's really interesting to think about, and that's the only thing that makes sense to me. The sires have some significance when it comes to the Locust's origin, and I simply put, long story short, believe that Queen Mira was once again a scientist that worked with Niall Samson and either had a child with him or simply just worked with him and abandoned her family, left Rhaena, and became the queen. That's just my simple theory, and that's the only thing that makes sense to me. And the one thing that also is a huge hint about the sires being connected to the Locust is simply the fact that when we see the sires, the very chapter that they're shown in is called Origins. If that's not a red flag, then I don't know what is. But anyways, guys, if you guys like this video, please definitely hit that like button and subscribe. And tell me what you guys think about my theory. If you think I'm spot on or if you think I'm dead wrong, go ahead and let me know. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching and take it easy. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see my most recent Gears of War video, hit that link on the left. If you want to see a random Gears of War video which can include Gears of War lore, campaign, a live gameplay, or my own fictional story known as Gears of War Damnation, hit that link on the right. Thanks for watching, guys.